In this video, I'm going to follow on from our recent parent resource on knife skills and focus on the activity of spreading using a knife. When learning any new skill, it is important to break down the task into small steps. This also applies when we are learning to use cutlery. Children learn in different ways, and depending on the level of vision, approaches to supporting learning can vary. When you use the hand under hand technique, your hands perform the activity while your child's hands rest on top of yours. In this way, your child's hands can feel what your hands are doing. It might work best to talk your child through each step of the task, and ensuring all the time the layout and position of items used is the same for each practice. This allows your child to develop a routine and focus on developing the skill alone. The video you'll see next will go through the skill of spreading using a knife. Before starting practice, it's important to consider lighting. What works best for your child? You may require a high contrast work surface or chopping board and a non-slip mat. Does your child prefer a certain knife or knife handle? For further detail on the steps to consider, you can refer to our Knife Spreading Skills Parent Resource 1 on our YouTube channel by clicking the link below. Starting off, we need to get to know our knife. So identifying the handle, the back of the knife, which will feel flat, straight and smooth, and then the blade, making sure that we always have an adult with us when we are using a knife. Our grip is going to be around the handle, pointing our pointer finger or index finger down the back of the knife and keeping our wrist and our arm nice and straight. Our elbow will be bent, but we don't want it too far away from the body or too close to the body because that will restrict our arms as well. When we're starting off, using toast is a good place to start. The reason for that is because the surface is harder, so it's easier to spread across, and as well we get some sound feedback when we're scraping the knife against the surface. Identify each side of the slice of toast or slice of bread, the left and the right side, the base, which will be opposite the roof, or the top, which is the roundest side of the bread. We're going to use our non-dominant hand to keep the toast steady and our knife to do all the action. So we'll find our butter, and for this we're maintaining our grip of the knife using our pointer finger to help us control and keep the knife steady by placing it on the back side of the knife. Okay, so bringing the knife into the tub, feeling the soft resistance and scraping towards ourselves. Okay, some of us will use our vision to identify what's on our knife. Some of us will use touch just by tapping to feel if we have enough butter there. Holding our toast steady, we will start from the top and drag towards the bottom, so dragging towards ourselves, making sure that our position of our grip is still in place. And sometimes it's hard to identify if we've gotten to every corner, so it's okay to just tap. And to help us make sure that we reach each corner, we can rotate the bread, so we can move the bread. I'm just moving it anti-clockwise and starting again. From the top to bottom, scraping towards myself. Okay, again rotating the bread, feeling the top and scraping towards myself. Okay. Moving on to practicing with bread increases the challenge a little bit when we're spreading. This is because the bread is softer, it's a softer surface to spread against, so we have to be a little bit more gentle with our spreading. Again, the same idea applies with identifying each side, the left and right, the top, which feels round, or the roof of the bread, and the base, which will be directly opposite that. Our knife again, gripping around the handle, and our pointer or index finger down the back. So finding our butter, placing inside the tub, scraping towards yourself. If we need to, we can use touch. With your non-dominant hand, find the roof, the top of the bread, place the blade down and drag towards yourself. So you can see and feel that it's softer. Rotating again. And there we have it. Spreading. Thanks for listening. If you require any advice or support, you can contact our helpline number on 1850 334353.